The room looked even darkened. The last time luxurious called mysterious, she walked slowly, one whispering, just a look at the photo frame and leave, don't touch anything else, just the photo. She reached the bedside table. The frame was still there, but turned silently away like Taehyung had tried to hide it. She scratched her hand. Why, just a little closer. She pulled the frame towards her slowly and turned it around. The moment she saw it, her eyes widened, her breath stopped, and no way. Because the person in the photo was her, 10 years old, and smiling brightly in a garden. Tears filled her eyes. Why does he have this? Why was I in his room this whole time? Who was he? The world around her spawned memories from childhood flash in her mind. Her laughter, a boy calling her pigeon, her calling from baby bear, his hand holding her so tightly when they play. One, it seemed Taehyung is my baby bear. But with the realization came a new fear, terrifying one. Why? If he remembered me, why didn't he say anything? Why is he acting like this now? She held the photo frame tightly. She wanted to confirm. She wanted to answer. Suddenly, the sound of the main gate outside the car engine stopped. Van froze. Taehyung was back. Van, no, no, he can't find me here. She hurried to put the photo back exactly as it was, her finger trembling as she placed it on the table. Footsteps were already approaching the hallway. Taehyung's voice, deep, cold, unreadable, echoed faintly. Taehyung. Vine panicked. The footsteps were getting louder, closer. She had no time. Her eyes darkened around the room. She spotted the long curtain behind the balcony door. Vine, please, please don't come. Please just leave. Shaky breath. The doorknob turned. Taehyung entered the room. His steps were calm, too calm. He walked deeper into the room. Taehyung, something is off, exhausted but suspicious. He sat on the edge of the bed, ran a hand through his hair. Vine squeezed her eyes shut, trying not to make a sound, but she didn't realize her fingers were trembling, and she had forgetting one small detail. Taehyung's eyes fell on the frame. He froze. He reached for it immediately, picking up, staring at it in silence. Taehyung. Someone touched the photo frame. Vine covered her mouth, terrified. Taehyung stood up from the bed, his posture stiff, gaze sharp as he scanned the room. Taehyung called the realization in his eyes. Someone was here. He took a step towards the balcony door. Vine silently backed even further into the shadow, her knees shaking. Taehyung stopped right in front of the curtain. He didn't pull them aside, but he spoke. You know, I didn't get angry when someone in my room. He paused and held her breath. Taehyung, I get angry when someone is with her. Vine froze. She didn't understand if he was talking about the photo or her. Taehyung slowly placed the photo frame back. Then he turned around to walk away, but right before leaving the room, he said something that made Vine's heart drop. Taehyung, whoever touched the photo frame, their hands were very small. Vine looked down at her hands, trembling, tiny compared. He knew it was her, but he didn't expose her. He just walked out of the room with a smile that wasn't comforting. Taehyung, so you remember me now, pigeon? Van gasped silently behind the curtain. He knew she remembered. She was in a fear, but she didn't want to admit it. Van finally slipped back into her room quietly. She shut the door behind her, fell against it. Van, he knew I was there. He knew. I touched the photo frame. He knew everything. Van, tears forming. Why won't he just say the truth? Why won't he tell me that he is my baby bear instead of scaring me? She sat on the bed, wiping her tears. Van, if he knows I remember, what will he do now? Before she could process more, her phone vibrated, a message from Taehyung. Don't sleep late. Tomorrow is important. She's scared at the message, confused, scared, curious. She didn't reply, but Taehyung said another. Good night, Ryan. Her breath caught because he ended the text with something that shattered her. And don't hide from me again. Ryan dropped the phone, hand shaking. He really knew. He really saw through everything he knows. Ryan, what are you planning, Taehyung? Is he my... Ryan walked down the hallway of the Kim mansion after breakfast, her steps slow and quiet. Her mind kept replaying every moment from childhood, the shadow that used to follow her, the footstep behind her when she walked home from the school, unknown person who always seemed to know when she was. For the first time she connected all of it, and that is the only name in her mind, the Kim Jae-young one. What if it was him all the time? From the other end of the hallway, Taehyung watched her, hands in a pocket. She flinched when their eyes met. Taehyung, you are shaking again, low kakal. He tilts his head silently. He thinks she is scared because he caught her last night touching her for a frame. Taehyung, you don't have to be afraid of me. Ryan, stay away please. Voice small. Taehyung paused. He doesn't understand. His eyes narrow a little, not angry. Just a confused. Taehyung, I know you came to my home last night. I know you think I will scream, but I won't. Ryan looked stunned, scared, confused because his voice isn't scary. Taehyung, you you can come into my room. She freezed right then. Mrs. Kim and Mr. Kim entered the hallway, see the scene, expecting Taehyung to be roared. Taehyung, good morning, mother and father. Place a gentle hand on Ryan's shoulder. She is feeling nervous. I am trying to help her calm down. Mrs. Kim looked shocked. Mr. Kim literally lowered his newspaper slowly, staring. Mrs. Kim, is he being polite with someone? Mr. Kim, I have never seen him smile at a girl before. Taehyung, years them and inside he kakal again. He loves the fact that everyone is shocked, especially Ryan. Taehyung to Ryan. You should eat properly. You look pale. And don't run from me again. You might get hurt. Ryan's heart beat. The words sound protective, but in her eyes it was tears saying, I told you I will always find you. Her breath stopped. Is he talking about everything or all these years of the childhood? She can't tell. Taehyung pulled her away with the same calm smile, walked towards the door like nothing happened. Taehyung, get ready. I will drive to the college. Vine stand frozen in the hallway, gripping the railing to stay steady. Mrs. Kim, dear, are you all right? You look terrified. Van, tiny nod inside her mind, scream if he is the stalker that I can't just escape from him. Students fill the hallway, talking loudly, rush into classroom, but Ryan walked quietly beside Taehyung, eyes fixed on the floor, trying to create a space. He slowly stepped towards her. Taehyung, do you still get scared of the thunderstorm? Ryan stopped walking for a second, shocked. That was something only her childhood friend maybe I ever not Taehyung. You used to hide always from me. You thought the sky was mad at you. Her heartbeat spiked. Van, how do you know that? Taehyung looked at her, pretending like it's nothing special. Taehyung, you told me. You don't remember. Her mind goes blank. That's exactly what always say things he couldn't know. Van in her head. Why would I tell Kim Taehyung about that? I never talked to him before this week. Yes. How Taehyung continued walking. Taehyung, you were such a crybaby back then, always searching the garden. If I was disappear in a minute. She freeze again. That was exactly the memory she had of looking for the baby bear every day. And why? What are you trying to say? Taehyung turned to her slowly. Taehyung, I'm trying to say remember everything about you, even when you forget. Her doubt exploded into fear. Why do you know how much about me? I never told you those things. I don't even know you. He stared at her for a moment, a flash across his eyes, but it disappeared instantly. Taehyung, but I know you better than anyone. You keep saying that. One feel little heavy. This is exactly one. You are lying. You are not the one I remember. Taehyung stopped walking completely. Taehyung, what do you remember? One look away, tears forming. One, my baby bear. He was kind. You would never scare me like this. You are. Taehyung got silent. There is a storm behind his eyes. Jealousy, anger, something else. Taehyung, so you still love him? She doesn't answer, which is an answer. His hand clenched into a fist. Taehyung, you think I am a stranger? You think I don't care? He stepped closer, their faces inches apart. Taehyung, but I never forget you. Vine stumbled back, dizzy with fear. He thinks she remembers him, loves him, but she only seems dangerous. Vine, please stop talking like this to me. Taehyung flinched. No one has ever rejected him like this. He smiled. Not evil, not heartbreak. Taehyung, okay. He started walking away. But before he leaves, he turns silently, voice cracking just a little, saying, if you remember me, you wouldn't be afraid of me. He walked away down the hallway, silent, still, far beyond words. One stand there confused. Because every childhood memory she loves so much and every fear she has now are beginning to point at the same person. A small garden behind the old house, sunlight broken swing, flowers trapped by tiny feet. Little Taehyung, around 9 years old, Taehyung, if I didn't fix it, she will cry again. He constantly he hears footsteps, soft, careful, familiar. He doesn't need to recognize her and Taehyung, are you leaving again? Little one stand there, clutching her blanket, eyes watery. She looked terrified. He might disappear. Taehyung, why would I leave without telling you, silly? Van, come closer, no scratching. Van, you always disappear when you get angry. Taehyung looked at her for a long moment, guilt flicker in his eyes. Taehyung, I won't leave you even if I am angry, even if I grow up, even if it's my promise. Van's face lightened up instantly. She looked at him. Van, promise? Taehyung, if you ever get scared, you wait for me, I will come. Van not trusting him without hesitation. Then she noticed the beard behind his back. Van, baby bear, I thought you lost him. Taehyung shook his head, laughing softly. Taehyung, you love him so much. Van quickly shook her head, hugs him suddenly. Van, I love you both, but you more. Taehyung flees. He wasn't used to affection, not from his parents, not from anyone. He hugged her back slowly, saying, don't go near everyone, they make you cry. Van, I only want you. Taehyung smiled, the happiest he was ever been. Suddenly, a car outside at the gate, a deep male voice echo. Taehyung, we are leaving right now. Taehyung, Steve, leaving now. He wasn't told. Van grief, but panic. A tiny voice. You are going again, you say you want to leave. Taehyung looked fear helpless in his eyes. Taehyung, listen, I don't want to go. I didn't want to leave you, but I will come back after visiting my granny. Van shook her head, crying hard. Van, you forget me. Everyone forgets me. Taehyung, never you, never you. He placed baby bear in her arms. Taehyung, keep him safe. He will remind you of me. He starts walking away, then runs back at the hug her. Taehyung, if you get scared, wait for me. I will always find you. Her small hand held his sleeve until the very last moment. Through the car window, Taehyung watched her. He bangs the window with his tiny fist, wanting to go back. Taehyung sat alone in his car outside the college building. He stared at the recent van. Taehyung, I came back like I promised, but you didn't remember. His hand gripped the steering wheel. Taehyung, I was your home and now you are scared of me. He closed his eyes, past, present, mixing like a prison. Taehyung, baby, she only remembered you, not me. A single tear rolled down his cheek, but he quickly wiped it away, expression turning cold after that. Taehyung tried many times to remind her in a small hint, familiar words, childhood memories, but that he was her baby and her childhood friend. But every attempt only made Van scared. So instead of remembering him, she stayed away from him. She avoided his eyes, avoid his presence, making Taehyung heart ache every day. Van walking through the hallway, I should stay away from him. He is dangerous. He must be stalking me since childhood, right? That's the only thing in my mind. She tried to walk fast, not even planning to look towards Taehyung's bedroom. Van freeze, Van whisper, crying, her heartbeat quicker. She take a two-step back just enough to see what what is doing inside Taehyung's bedroom. Taehyung is kneeling on the floor beside his bed, shoulders shaking, fist pressed against his forehead, eyes red and tears. A dry flower she once gave him 11 years ago, a good childhood bracelet she tied to him, his wrist, one eyes widen. Taehyung, why doesn't she believe me? I am right. I come back to her. He cries. Taehyung, I never forget her, not even for the one day. Why did she forget me? Why did she run away like I am a monster? Taehyung, Pigeon, please remember me. I'm still your baby girl. I still love you. I always love you. Hearing those words, something inside Van completely black. Her world flip. All the fear, all the misunderstanding, all the wrong thing in her mind was vanished. Van, baby bear, before she knew it, she ran into the room. Taehyung looked up in a shock, tears still on his cheek. She falls to her knees and hugs Taehyung. Van, I'm sorry. Taehyung, I'm sorry. I didn't know. I didn't remember. I didn't understand. I thought. Taehyung is frozen. Pigeon, is it really you? Van hugged him, crying into his shoulder. Van, it's me. It's really me. I never forget you either. I was just too scared to believe it. Taehyung finally closed his arms around her gently at first. Taehyung, I waited 11 years for you. Don't leave me again, please. Van, I won't. I am here. I am not going anywhere. You were the one who ran, baby bear. The moment is quiet, raw, fragile, too broken heart finally remember each other. Taehyung is still holding Van tightly, arms wrapped around her like he is afraid she will vanish if he just leave her. Taehyung, I won't leave you again. Van freeze, his voice suddenly become smile her mind. Van, I waited 11 years, he cried because of me, he loves me, but we just met again. What if I disappoint you? What if it's hurt me without the meaning to? What if she can't breathe? Van, Taehyung, wait, please let me breathe. Taehyung instantly releases her, pulls back, terrified, and breaks the hug. Taehyung, I'm sorry, did I scare you? Did I told you? I'm sorry, are you sad? Please tell me why. Van shake her head, but her tears won't stop. Van, no, it's not that. It's just everything suddenly feels too heavy, too fast. Remember that you are my childhood friend. Taehyung lowered his gaze. He looked like someone who was given heartbeat. Taehyung, do you regret after hugging me? Van's heartbreak. Van, no, I didn't regret. I just need time. Taehyung, I need to understand everything. I need to used to be again. Saying right time, I wait 11 years, I can wait a little more. Van smiled. She stand up first, wiping her tears. Her mind replaying everything, the diary, the memories, the hug, the tears. Then another thought hit her, sharp and painful, that they left 11 years ago. Van, why didn't you say goodbye to me? Taehyung froze. Van, you just disappeared one day. We were laughing, and the next day you were gone. You left without a word. Do you know how much I cried, how much I waited, how much I blamed myself, thinking I did something wrong that you can't come to me? Taehyung's eyes softened. I want to say goodbye. I swear I did. Why then? Why didn't you? Why didn't you just leave me like I mean nothing? Taehyung flinched. Her words stopped deeper. Then she realized he took a step closer, eyes wet. Taehyung, because I couldn't watch you cry. Why stop Taehyung continued every word. Fragile Taehyung. That day when my parents said we were moving, I came to your house. I stood outside the gate. I could hear you laughing in the garden. Taehyung, you would cry. I can't handle your tears. Why not then? Not now. Why an expression softened? Why? So you left me to cry alone instead. Taehyung. One tear escaped. Taehyung, I thought living without goodbye would make me more sad. I think you will less. He runs a hand through his hair, frustrated at himself. Taehyung. I didn't say goodbye because I was a coward, because I love you even back then. Seeing you cry because of me, Van, you didn't make me sad. You just gave me different sadness. I carried it 11 years ago. Taehyung knees almost buckle hearing that. Taehyung, I'm sorry, I left you alone with that sadness. If I could rewrite the past, I hold you and say goodbye properly. Thousand times for a moment, neither speak, neither. Ryan, you should have trusted me enough to see your tears, to share your sadness. I wasn't that weak little girl. One tears fall down Taehyung cheek, Taehyung. I know that now, but I realize it too late. Then Ryan turned away silently. Ryan, don't disappear like that ever again, not without a word, Taehyung, without hesitation. I won't, not even if the whole world tried to take me away from you. They stand there, not as an enemy, not as a stranger, but as the two people trying to understand each other. Taehyung sat on the edge of the bed, the eyes still puffy from the before, and calmer now. Taehyung, there is still something you don't know. What if I don't say it today? I can't face you, Taehyung. Look at deep breath. That night you arrived in the mansion, it was all planned. Ryan's eyebrow raised silently, but she didn't pull her hand away, saying, I planned it. I made sure your grandparents called your parents and they urgently have to leave. I made sure the driver took this way. Van looked shocked. Saying in the library meeting that wasn't fair either. It was all the schedule. Van, you plan everything? Saying every minute, every chance, every because I couldn't lose you again. He slowly stood up and opened a drawer. I am the CEO of Detective X Corporation, Kim Taehyung. Wang Glass, Detective X top private investigation company. Taehyung Nod. I use every resource to make sure you were safe all this year, every school, every place you move, every time you cry alone. I was always there. Taehyung stepped closer, voice trembling. You think I disappeared from your childhood without saying goodbye because I didn't care, but the truth is I didn't have the strength to see you cry. Taehyung, I promise maybe that day I stand in front of you again strong enough to stay by your side. And so every time I thought someone was following me, every time I felt safe without knowing why, it was you, Taehyung. It was always my bodyguard for you. And wow, my life really turned like a dramatic novel plot. When Taehyung, and you like it. Why next time just to talk to me instead of stalking with the CEO level investigation, Taehyung. Not princess. He cupped her cheek. One her forehead resting against his. I am not letting you go. He nodded. Taehyung, Jill, no more running. She smiled. Ryan, Jill, and for the first time since childhood, they hugged, not with a confusion, not with a doubt. Ryan was still holding Taehyung in the hug. Taehyung whispering, by the way, why were you ignoring me after seeing your childhood picture in my room? I really thought you figured out that I am your baby bear. Ryan immediately pulled back from the hug, cheek turning red. She looked everywhere. Why? Because I thought you were stalking me from the childhood. That's why I was scared from you. Taehyung blinked. Silence and confusion, then realization. His eyes within shock. Taehyung, so I'm your stalker, huh? One girl eyes widening as she backed up again. One, I'm sorry, it was just my mind. I overthink everything. Taehyung narrowed his eyes. Taehyung, Delulu mind you always call it. Why didn't want to get scolded, so she suddenly turned away and started running. I'm sorry, Taehyung. You and your Delulu world. Seriously? Van ran around the room like a child, hiding behind the couch, while Taehyung leaned on the wall laughing. I saw Taehyung. Just don't run away from me anyway, okay? Fine, okay. Taehyung opened his arms without hesitation. This time she walked towards him and quickly hugged him. Taehyung, no more misunderstanding, no more leaving. And she nodded against his words. Wine together. For the first time, both of them laughed genuinely. No walls, no secret. Their story, which began the fear, misunderstanding, chaos, finally ended with a trust. The end.